So the text reads quietly, but it's a turning point. Do you see how the historian records no battle or speech or song, only a thought? And this is the danger. It doesn't say David inquired of the Lord. If you read earlier, chapter 23, verse 2, and even later in chapter 30, it will say David inquired of the Lord. But do you see what it says here? David said in his heart, verse 1. His counsel turns inward. The shepherd of Israel is listening to his own echo. And you know what? When you get to this chapter, if you're following along in 1 Samuel, you get here and it's not beginning with any kind of big rebellion. It's actually beginning with fatigue, with tiredness. You know, David, he's had years now of betrayal and caves and sleeplessness. And in the midst of all of that, fear finds an opening. And you know what? It starts to sound kind of reasonable. And so David concludes, you know what? There's nothing better than for me to escape. And that doesn't come because he's defiant against God. He's weary. Listen, faith rarely collapses with a big shout. It more often erodes with a sigh. Yesterday, last week, we looked at David, and he's trusting in God's promises. Today, you listen to David, and it's almost like he assumes God's promises have expired. Despair doesn't announce itself. It starts making small calculations that leave God out of the math. That's David. He said in his heart, I shall perish. He's not prophesying. He's not teaching. He's projecting into the future. He's misreading the delay in his life from being anointed to eventually being coronated as king. He was anointed. He's waiting one day for that coronation, but he's reading that delay as if God has denied him. And so inside, he's got this internal monologue, this internal conversation. He's listening to his heart, and it replaces God's revelation. He's got heart theology, but it's not corrected by God's word. Listen, when you see David at his best, when David is healthy, he's preaching to his heart. Psalm 42, verse 5, why, O heart, are you cast down within me? Hope in God. He speaks to himself, but here, his heart preaches to him, and he believes it. And it's a tiny inversion. Who speaks? Who listens that can redirect your life? Listen, this is the spiritual physics of unbelief. When our heart takes the pulpit, truth leaves the sanctuary.